But we're not here to talk about. He's not the main attraction today. The main attraction, D1 baseball's freshman All-American.
Finally, somebody got it right.
No, freshman of the year.
Freshman of the year.
Freshman All-American. I believe he led the team in hits throughout the course of the year. I think he led the team in average through the course of the year. Big reason why they won the College World Series. We've been trying to get him on all year. He was super focused and super locked in on the year. He told me, hey, once we win the World Series, I'll be back. He called his shot, and now he is back in town for a few days in our studio. Derek Curiel, welcome to the show, dude. It's been a long time coming.
Appreciate you guys for having me. Happy to be here.
Been wanting you on here. Glad we get to have you on here. Obviously, season was pretty cool. You came here to do that. You accomplished what you came here to do. Was win a College World Series. Obviously, I would imagine you're not satisfied with just one. You want to win two. You're a draft-eligible sophomore. Go win two, and then go make a bunch of money in the big leagues. I would imagine.
Or stay.
Yeah, or stay. I'd imagine that's your mindset, as it should be. But coming in as a freshman, I want to kind of rewind back to when you first got in here. Obviously, you knew the brand of LSU baseball. You've kind of built a relationship with Jay. I think he's been very vocal about recruiting you since you were like 13 years old or however old it was. He gets you here. Obviously, LSU has a long history of winning. You were able to be part of that history this year. Talk me through when you initially got here in the fall and kind of, I guess, that eye-opening experience, and then, talk to me about how the progression happened to the end of the season when you're holding the trophy.
Yeah, like you said, Coach Johnson has been recruiting me since I was 13 years old, back when he was at U of A, and just built a really strong relationship with him over the years. And when it came time to take my name out of the draft, it was kind of a no-brainer for me to want to come here and play at LSU for Coach Johnson. As soon as I got here on campus, I knew it wasn't going to be easy. We were returning all three of our starting outfielders, and they also picked up Chris Stanfield, who was an SEC outfielder as well. So when you really look at it, I was kind of on the bottom of the totem pole, and I knew I had to work hard and earn my spot in the fall. And I was super focused, just trying to do my thing in the fall ball, and was able to earn a spot. Time came February 14th, opening day, and I think we just hit the ground running from there. Our team, super
you're not
talented.
coming out the lineup.
Yeah, that was my goal, and to be able to play every game as a freshman meant a lot. And I think we just kept it rolling, and our team, good chemistry, and we took that through the year.
You played some high-level baseball, obviously. Coming up as a high schooler and coming into LSU, very highly touted. Obviously, took your name out of the draft. When you got to LSU, was there a time and experience you're like, oh, this is a little different? Like, I got to, there's adjustment period in the fall for every freshman when they come here, obviously. But as far as, because you had a really good pitching staff. So as far as coming in there in the fall and facing the type of arms you're facing, how much of an adjustment was that for you early on, or was that something that you kind of had been used to seeing, through your high school career?
Yeah, I would definitely say just the level of baseball I played throughout high school and travel ball prepared me very well for LSU. I always played on the best high school team, Orange Lutheran, usually pretty highly ranked. USA Prime, one of the top travel ball organizations. Always playing against the best competition, USA Baseball, all that stuff. And my parents always did their best to make sure they can send me to the best places so I can play against great competition. So I felt when I came to LSU, I was very well prepared. And it didn't seem like that big of a jump. Obviously, it is moving up a little bit every level. But I didn't feel like it was something I couldn't handle. I felt very prepared, and I give thanks to my parents and my coaches and everyone else for that.
Which is evident. That's why you played from day one and never came out the lineup. Jay, you got one for him?
Yeah, I got one for you, Derek. Finally, nice to meet you, man. Congrats on the year you've had, the success y'all had as a team, and being able to do what you did in year one. You talk about what you did in the past, and you talk about the things that you had to go through, or that you chose to go through, if you will, in terms of preparing yourself to get to this level. I guess I got two questions for you in the sense of your attitude and how you go about stuff, and the unwavering confidence you pretty much show seemingly every time you're out there. Is that coming from either your mom and or your dad? And then second, in terms of your routine, like, what things are like absolutely like non-negotiable, has to be a part of the things that you do to prepare yourself day in and day out?
Your parents are awesome, by the way. I got to meet them during the postseason run. They're great.
They're the best. My parents are the best.
Y'all are burying the lineage, Bo, dude.
Yeah, Bo's the best too.
Yeah.
Yeah, to answer your question, my mom, I would say I get a lot of my traits from her. My mom is very outspoken and a very confident person. My dad's a little bit more to himself, and my dad's just a super, super hard worker. So I feel like I get the best of both worlds with those parents. And my parents love their kids, me, my brother, and my sister. So just to say that I can have traits from them means a lot. So thank you. And I love them and I appreciate them very much. And can you tell me the second question again? I'm sorry.
The second question is like, you got to play a lot of ball, a lot of high-level ball growing up. Like, what things did you learn about yourself that became non-negotiables? These need to be part of my routine every day, because you literally hit the ground running once you got to not even SEC baseball, college baseball, right? So I want to know, like, what are those things that have kept you kind of just on the straight and narrow?
Yeah, I would say it wavers day to day. I'm not really a huge routine guy. I'm more of a what needs to be done this day. Like sometimes I'm going to need to stay in the cage and take 300 swings, or I'm going to need to take 500 swings, or however many it takes. Sometimes I'll feel good after 10 and I'm like, all right, I'm done. I learned that from my older brother, Donovan, who played independent baseball. And he just told me, like, you don't have to be a slave to a routine or a superstition. Just knowing yourself, and you know yourself the best. Obviously, you're going to listen to your coaches and stuff like that. But when you feel good, and just let it roll. And that's just something I learned from him growing up. And I'm super grateful to have my brother Donovan, because he taught me everything I know. Man,
I don't know if people – I didn't learn that until my second to last year in pro ball. Mm-hmm. I was a grinder. I was a routine, as they would know, because, sometimes I get in my own head. But I was a routine guy, swung a million times, and then as I got older in my last couple of years, like, man, I feel good on 6 swings. Like, there's nothing else I need to work on. So to have that early on, I guess learn from your brother and kind of understand that coming in is a huge thing. You have this kind of innate ability that not a lot of freshmen have when they come into especially high-level college baseball, and that's understanding your swing, understanding the strike zone, being extremely patient and poised at the plate. You never seem like you got out of your approach of what you were trying to do. You never got too big. You kind of understood the situations. Has that always been part of your game, or is that something that's kind of developed over time?
Yeah, I would say that's always been part of my game. I know I'm not the 210-pound guy who's going to be putting them over the fence all the time, but I also know I'm not just going to be tapping them in the infield. I feel like I've always been a kind of gap-to-gap guy, and that's just something that's kind of just been taught to me since I was young, and just staying true to myself, hitting the ball where it's pitched, and if it goes over the fence, it does, and if it doesn't, then it's all right.
Yeah, well, I tell people this all the time. Like, you have – I know you have a lot more juice in there than – I think people realize, right? I mean, most of your home runs, I think, were opposite field home runs this year. And, being able to do that early on and understanding that, like, as you continue to, get older and mature, get bigger, like, those balls you're going to start driving. Well, I think that you have a lot more juice in the tank. I don't know, you know that. And, but it's nice to see, it's easier to develop the power down the line as more so than, play discipline and understanding, bat to ball skills, and you've done that obviously extremely well. Jay, you got one?
Yeah, I love that you talked about, like, your game is kind of modeled to be in gap to gap, and those gap to gap guys that can run end up growing into a little bit of power and stuff like that. I would imagine, because it seems like you know yourself really well, that there isn't one player and or players that you really model your game after, but who's some guys that you looked up to that you like, you know what, I like this what he does, and I can take a little bit from here, and I like how he does that. Can I form that my way? Like, who are some guys that really influence the way you play your game as you're learning yourself and growing in your own game?
Yeah, the number one guy I always say is Christian Yelich. Since I was 11 years old, I looked up to him when he was on the Miami Marlins, and he's a Cali guy. Love his swing. Pretty wiry type guy, and just guys who can hit. He's a guy who can hit homers, backside, pull side, dead center. He's won a couple Gold Gloves. Obviously had a great career, and I just love his approach. Kind of have similar leg lifts. Kind of move the same, and he's just someone that I really respected growing up. And I was like, you know what? I want to play like this guy.
He's that's crazy to say. I played against Christian coming up to the minor leagues and to the big leagues, and I didn't honestly put it together until you just said it. But that makes a ton of sense. Very similar swings, very similar approach, similar body type. Yeah, that's a great comp. I'm not. You're doing my job for me. I appreciate that. The other thing that was told, we've had a bunch of your teammates on here. Obviously, the team chemistry is extremely important when you're trying to win any championship team. They're real tight.
For sure.
And a lot of the guys, obviously it's your first year, but a lot of the guys that have been there for multiple years talked about how this team's team chemistry and the way they kind of vibe together was a lot different than last year's team, very similar to the 23 team who also won it. Did you feel that when you got in here as a freshman? Because I know when you come in as a freshman, you're the new guy. You're kind of, like you said, bottom of the totem pole. You kind of have to, make a good first impression. You don't want to be too much, but also you don't want to be super quiet. Yeah, you don't want to be in the corner. You just kind of just a happy medium. How was that transition when you got here? Was the team very welcoming one, and did you feel that same thing as far as team chemistry and how close y'all got throughout the course of the year?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Team chemistry was there from day one. I felt like what I have heard from the year prior, that the team chemistry wasn't all that great. So I feel like the guys who did return wanted to make it a point to not let it be that way again. Mm-hmm. So with all the transfer portal guys and all the freshmen, we all came in, and the guys like Bear, Ethan Fry, Stephen Milam, all those guys, Josh Pearson,
right.
Made it known like, hey, it's not going to be like this, and this is how it's going to be. And we had that conversation pretty sure day one, and I think we hit the ground running from there, and we just became brothers and became so tight. And in fall ball, we had to all compete for spots because there was a lot of talent, and I think that brought us closer together and just never broke apart.
And you could tell by the way y'all played and kind of the way y'all reacted and kind of root each other on, like that's a huge, huge thing. Mm-hmm. The other thing I noticed was as the season progressed, right, you're kind of like the stoic guy. You get up to the plate, kind of stone-faced, locked it in, super relaxed. And then as the season got on, the game started elevating, you started getting big hits. We started seeing a lot more emotion from you. Would you consider yourself like an emotional type player? Because we saw it a lot towards, I think it was the Tennessee game on, right? Yeah. After that, it was like, all right, it's kind of unlocked this like other personality on the field. Is that something that's always been there? You just kind of had to get there, or is that you're just, it happens when the moment happens?
Yeah, usually I try to stay pretty even keeled during the game, and if I hit a double, I'm gonna be happy, but I won't really show a ton of emotion. But when the time comes, like Tennessee was the first time I showed a lot of emotion in college, but it's because I tied the game up for Bear to hit the homer. So in that situation, I kind of just blacked out, and that's probably the best way I can put it is those are just some blackout moments, When you come through big for your team, you're just excited. All the hard work you put in, you're like, let's go. It worked out. So I think a couple against West Virginia, Arkansas. I think some other ones.
You had some big ones.
It's getting a little crazy.
But some big ones.
They're blackout moments, and I just try to go back to doing what I was doing before. But I don't think that's new. I think I've done that since I was young, just depending on the moment,
Yeah. Well, also football guy, right?
High school? Football guy, yes.
Yeah. Love that. So, look, there's a big thing.
Not high school, though. Not high school. I played tackle football when I was 5 years old all the way to 14.
So were you just a baseball guy in high school?
Baseball guy in high school.
Okay. Good call.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
By the parents.
Well, no, that's fine. I'm just saying, what I was going to say is for all those parents listening, because I heard this a lot this past weekend. I had to go watch a 10-year-old. My cousin was playing 10-year-old travel baseball. And these kids and these coaches and 8, 9, 10 years old are trying to get these kids to play one sport, play baseball all year. I'm like,
nah, you can't do that.
One, too many games that young. Can't do that. And two, you're not developing their athleticism by not playing other sports. So my point is, until you get to high school and you want to make a decision, play as many sports as you can.
Absolutely.
And that kind of seals the deal there by you saying that, right?
Yeah, I played football, soccer, basketball, baseball, all the sports. My mom put me in everything.
And helped you with baseball.
Absolutely.
100%.
Mental toughness, agility, athleticism. Everything.
I mean, every sport's a different. Baseball is a lot more finesse, a lot more kind of a mind game. Football is a lot more physical.
Yeah.
Basketball, a lot more coordination. You have to be able to catch it, remove, understand, how to move, how to jump, how to move, how to do these types of things. Soccer, obviously, unbelievable agility and conditioning. Everything just builds up for you to become the baseball player that you are. So don't specialize. Absolutely. Jay, you got one?
Speaking of guys that specialize.
Wait for specializing a little bit later.
Yeah, Jay's the only one. So he probably doesn't. He's from California. So Jared played football and baseball here at LSU.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, and so he won a national championship on the football team and a national championship with us in 2009 on the baseball team. So
dang,
he's a guy who obviously specializes in one sport.
Hell of a golfer, too.
We're old as shit, dude. It don't matter. Here's the thing, man. Listen, you're sitting here and you're talking about like playing as much as you did, and like I'm sitting here thinking like you don't know what you don't know, right? And I kind of knew where we were going into my junior year simply because I knew what we had. I think your experience of this is very close to what Mikie experienced in that you got to win a natty as a freshman, right? At what is there like a certain point in the year or a certain time or something like literally you could point at where, because for people that don't know, like we wanted to get you on later in the year, you were like, look, I'm down to come on, but wait, let us win this natty and I'll come on after.
Yeah.
Right? That's a bold statement coming from a freshman. Like at what point in the year did you feel like, no, this is real. Like I legitimately think we're going to win this thing.
Yeah. A lot of people aren't going to believe me, but if you ask my parents, I told them I think second or third week of fall ball. I played on a lot of great teams, the USA baseball team, best travel ball team, high school teams, and just the talent we were facing day in and day out from an arm side and hitting side. Like we had two teams that you literally could have played in the season and we probably would have been just fine. So about 2 weeks into fall ball, I was like, Mom, like I really think we're going to win a national championship. Like this team is so loaded. Like even if 2, 3, 4, 5 guys get hurt, like we're still going to be fine. Like we have so much depth. So I really believe that since literally the second week of fall ball. But then if we're talking spring, I think after that Purdue-Fort Wayne series, I think we were like, dang, like there's some homers in there. People thought we weren't going to hit homers. There's speed, there's bunts, there's defense. I felt like we were just the whole package. And I think everyone had a big deal to do about that. So I was.
Yeah, you can kind of feel it a little early, especially with the combine the talent and the depth with the closeness and the chemistry you had. Like you can feel that kind of early on. I knew coming in. I mean, they had just been to Omaha, so they were there the year before, and they returned a bunch of guys. And so when I came in, same thing. I was like, man. I mean, we had same thing, 2 aces. Both guys were first-team All-Americans. Yeah. Like we just kind of knew that okay, we're good enough. You know, unless something crazy happens and everybody gets hurt. But you can kind of feel that very early on when you get here. I had another question, but now I'm drawing a blank and I can't remember it. But I'm going to pivot to, we talk about other sports. I was told by the guys that you are a hustler.
Yeah.
And you are the best guy they got on the ping pong table.
Absolutely.
Did you grow up playing ping pong? Because ping pong, that's like a staple in clubhouses, right? Like, yeah. And that's a people might not realize that's a great skill to have. If you're good at ping pong and you go there, like you can run the table. Has anybody challenged you to where you say, okay, I have to lock it in, or is this just I'm so much better than everybody on our team?
I would say Luis Hernandez and I, we probably played
Luis
like,
got the hands.
We probably played like 300 ping pong games. I'm not even kidding. Yeah. But yeah, me and my buddy Wyatt Hanoyan back home, we'll hustle anything. Spike ball, pickleball.
I love that.
Ping pong, anything. If you want to play, like we're gonna play. Cornhole, anything. Like anything involving a game.
Anything you can gamble something on.
Anything you want to compete, I'm gonna compete. So we have fun, and then obviously on the plane we play cards. We have a good time. So I think that also brought us close together. We would go hang out at Josh Pearson's house and have some poker nights and stuff like that. Just team bonding stuff.
Y'all have a lot of guys coming back, right? Mm-hmm. So, in the era of transfer portal, there's a lot of guys that come in and come out all the time. It always seems like it's a new team. You had a lot of guys come in last year to kind of fill the roster. Y'all gelled really early on. This year kind of feels similar to like the 23 season, as far as a bunch of guys that have a lot of experience in SEC play, a lot of experience playing college baseball kind of back, right? You have all three starting outfielders coming back next year with you, Brown, and Stanfield. You have, obviously, a crop of recruits. You have some freshmen that came in that didn't start every day, but that got some valuable playing time.
Transfer portal
guys, but not as many as you've had in the past.
Yeah.
How important is that to be able to go in next year and say, okay, hey, we're a championship team from last year. We have a lot of our guys coming back. How important is that to be able to relay that message to the other young guys coming in and saying, hey, this is how it's going to be, and this is what we need to do to get back?
Yeah, super important. I think the biggest thing is going to be leading by example, I don't think we're going to be drilling it into their heads from day one, but I definitely think we're just going to show them how we go about our business, and I think they're going to pick up on it pretty quickly, just how I did last year. Watching Ethan Fry, watching Josh Pierce and Drake Brown go about their business, I was like, okay, this is how it's supposed to be done. And I think those guys are going to get the same thing.
Jay, you got one?
Derek, for you personally, obviously you just gave a good idea of how this team is going to run itself and what they're going to do next year. But for you personally, like to take your game to the next level, to make sure you keep ascending, what do you have to do, and what are you working on this offseason or throughout the fall as you guys get back into school?
Yeah, there's mainly three things. The first one is getting a little bit stronger, and with getting stronger is getting a little bit faster, hopefully steal some more bases. I've been working out pretty hard these last couple weeks, making sure I'm eating the right food, eating a lot, a surplus of food, to the point where to the point where my stomach hurts. But
enjoy it.
I got to get a little bit bigger, got to get stronger, more physical. Allows my body not to get as tired deep into the season. That's the first thing. And then second thing, I said get faster. And then the third thing is just handle lefty pitchers a little bit better. Felt like I did a good job with that the first half of the year. And then as we kind of got into that Texas A&M, those last 3 SEC series, probably struggled with that a little bit more. But then ended up picking it back up in the playoffs with all the lefties we faced. So I would say those are probably the 3 biggest things. And then just staying consistent with my outfield work and just staying in my approach and making sure when I do get that strength that I'm not trying to do too much, not trying to be a home run guy. I'm just going to continue doing the things I was doing, and hopefully those line drives that I hit off the wall are now homers, and then that's how we'll go about it.
I'm glad you brought up shit. I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
Right
You talked about
starstruck. Doesn't
yeah.
happen often.
You got him flustered, dude.
I know you talked about getting stronger. You talked about getting faster. You talked about getting
like looking in a mirror.
Yeah, honestly, dude, I don't even know what I was gonna say. It's gonna come back to me at some point. It's just I had a really good question.
You're good.
I had a really good question.
Yeah, coach him through.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, just talk me through it. It's good. It's good. I swear, it was really good. It was gonna be.
This doesn't happen to me often.
Was my answer good or not?
Your answer was great.
All right.
Your answer was great, and it actually was a perfect segue into my next question, which I don't have. Lloyd, do you have a question for me?
I was going to ask you about,
There
you
you
talked
go.
about like the strength and conditioning, and you came back for, it feels like probably Chris Martin, who's the strength and conditioning coach at LSU, and it feels like how much he's done and how much he's with the team. Like how much is that important? How much has he been able to prepare you all for what was a long run through a season into playoff baseball, into Omaha, into a College World Series, into a national championship?
Yeah.
That's how you do it, Mikey.
I got it now.
See, that's a good question.
That's
right
a
there.
great question. It's a great question. You should host a show.
It's my second one today.
Chris Martin's the best. That's as simple as I can put it. We were hanging out with him today. We can text him, call him at any time. He knows what he's talking about. He's like probably one of the smartest dudes I've ever talked to. But he also knows how to hang out and just like be a good time, and you're not dreading when you're in the weight room. He's helping you get better, and you're also having some fun in there. Yeah, it works. Just a great balance, and he's done a great job. He's been at the pro level with the Astros. He's won World Series, so he knows what he's talking about, and we trust him, and he's a great guy.
It does seem a little different, though. Like it feels like he approaches it a little different.
Well, he hasn't anyone to compare it to at LSU.
I don't.
Well, no, but I'm just saying, like, whenever I don't have anything to compare it to either. But I'm just saying, like, whenever you see it, it feels like he's trying to train you in a different way.
It's baseball
It's
specific.
not bigger, faster, stronger. It's like very much intentional.
Well, it's bigger, faster, stronger, but within the baseball confines, it's not.
Go as hard
they're
as you
lift.
can,
I
as
imagine
long
you'll
as you
lift
can.
heavy, but it's not like you're not doing football workouts. You're doing a little bit of mixture of both. I would imagine.
Yeah, in the fall it was more bigger, faster, stronger. But then as we got into the season,
Nobody got hurt.
Yeah, he really knew how to handle not making it Olympic-style lifting during the season. And we did all baseball-style training to make sure that our bodies are rotating properly and that we just feel good and you're not sore going to the field. He handled that very well, and his programs are great.
You mentioned, I got it, figured
you
it
go.
out, remembered it.
Uh-huh.
You had mentioned in your last answer that, you hit left, like the things that you were working on, you had hit lefties early on in the season. You kind of went through a stretch where you didn't hit them quite as well and you kind of got back out of it. We talk about this a lot on the show. When you come in as a freshman, right, you can start off bad or good, whatever, but at some point there's going to be, let's say you start off great, at some point there's going to be a time in the season where they I don't say figure you out, but there's a book and they start pitching you a little bit differently and you're going to have to make the adjustment. And there's always this little bit of a dip, which is always in baseball, but especially as a freshman because you're new and they don't really understand it early and they kind of figure it out. And then the good ones figure out how to get out of it, right? Milam did it his freshman year where he started off extremely hot. SEC play started, kind of went through this little dip, and then he got hot again, at the back half of the season, similar to like what you did. When that happens, like when you go through that stretch and you start seeing, okay, they may be approaching me a little bit differently, how do you get out of that, and what was the adjustment that you had to make to kind of get yourself back on track?
Yeah, kind of just had to go back to the roots. I felt like when I did go through that slump, it was actually after the best couple games I had ever played. Obviously, the Tennessee game, I went 4 for 4. Then I forgot who he played in the midweek, but I had like a leadoff homer. So like I think I had like 3 homers in 1 week, which I've never really done.
Yeah.
So I feel like I kind of got myself into that slump because I was like, dang, I have 3 homers. Like maybe I could hit a little bit more. But then we ended up facing lefties the next week, and when you try to hit homers, you're pulling your shoulder. And when you're facing a lefty, that's the opposite of what you want to do. And that's something that I knew, but I was just you're
a baseball player.
Yeah, I made it.
You're
happen
feeling
to myself.
sexy, and you're like, I'm just gonna let it eat a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't have the words for it, but like I was just like, all right, let's do it. But obviously with the lefty, you want to keep your shoulder in there, which I feel like I've been really good at my whole life, hitting lefties. But kind of got myself into that slump and just had to get it out. And that was really it. Just pulling the shoulder against lefties is not a good thing.
So there's a lot of guys I played against that are very patient like you, and then randomly, like, you'll take a pitch, take a couple pitches, kind of get settled, and then randomly they just ambush a fastball. And more times than not, when they swing at it, first pitch, it's usually barreled somewhere. You kind of did that a lot this year, where hey, I'm gonna be patient, and then all of a sudden, just randomly at one at bat, you're just gonna get super aggressive on that first pitch. Obviously, that's thought out of. Is it the flow of the game that kind of dictates that, or is it the pitcher that you kind of feel comfortable when you say, hey, I know this guy's going to probably throw me a fastball and try to get ahead of me. I'm just going to go get a super aggressive first pitch.
Yeah, it's definitely picking and choosing. Obviously, like you said, I'll be patient a lot of the time, but if they put one in there that I know I can get, I'm going to go do that. And my job this year as a leadoff guy was to get on base, so I never really wanted to make a first pitch out. But I knew if a pitch was there, I trust myself enough to be able to go and get it. And I think I'm going to take that into next year as well. There's probably a couple more pitches that I could have jumped on early in counts that I didn't. So I'm probably going to be a little bit more aggressive early in the count, but still very much be patient and get my pitch.
Jared.
Yeah, I kind of want to get off your game a little bit and I guess a little more into the experience that you had throughout your first year, throughout your freshman year. Was the box and or around the league and everywhere else you got to go, was it what you expected as a player? Because obviously it's a little different when you're looking at it and you're in the stands and you're just a part of it compared to actually being on the field and like in the game. Is it any different? Was it better? Was it worse? And how was it else around the league as well?
It was amazing. It's electric. Just to be able to be out there hearing the fans just meant the world. And honestly, you kind of get in the flow of like, all right, this is how it is. And it kind of just felt like you're just like at peace when you're out there, to be honest. You don't really start to hear the noise as much. I think probably after my first SEC series against Missouri, it was super loud that weekend. And after that, I was like, all right, we're good. Yeah. And I kind of got into a little bit of a rhythm. But I would say for the first couple weeks of the season, I could notice the noise and all that stuff. And it was cool and it amped me up. But after that, I felt like, all right, this is normal now. Let's get to it.
What was your favorite place on the road?
Ooh, I would say Texas. Texas was cool.
See, I can't relate to that.
The Yeti Yard.
Texas was cool. They had the cannons. I was in left. It was hurting my ears. I was like, all right. And they actually hit a lot of homers that weekend, so it wasn't good. Yeah. But I think it was cool. The atmosphere was cool, and we lost that series, but it was a good time.
Yeah.
Well, thank God you won the Missouri series because they went on a horrendous
run.
Oh,
I know.
That would have been if you.
And then they swept Missouri.
Case in Evans, it was the case in Evans. 7-6.
Yeah.
Where he comes in and shuts the door, but then Missouri went on an all-time. I don't think we're going to win a game in the SEC at all.
I know.
And then they swept X&M.
Yeah.
So leave it up to the Aggies.
They played spoiler.
They did. They did. They ruined their year.
Yeah.
Coming in from California to Louisiana is obviously completely different atmospheres from, California. Louisiana is just kind of unique in its own way. So making that transition all the way from home here to Louisiana, was that an adjustment period for you? Was it like do you enjoy the culture here? compared to where you're from? Because it really is kind of polar opposites. How was that transition?
Yeah, honestly, people always ask me that, and I tell them, like, I never got homesick. I really didn't. We were at the field so much and so often, and I chose to be at the field so much and so often that I didn't really have time to miss my family and all that stuff. And I love them, and I talk to them daily, and we would talk and just talk about everything. But, yeah, I mean, I guess I missed being across my mind. I was just really focused on coming here and winning the spot, and Louisiana welcomed me with open arms. Obviously, the people are super, super nice. Now, every time I go to a restaurant, people are saying what's up to me, and I try to be as nice as I can. And I love the fans. Without them, we wouldn't be in this position. They kind of make LSU what it is, so I'm very appreciative of everything they do.
How did the recruiting pitch change from Jay Johnson pitching Arizona to pitching LSU?
Well, that's a good question, Lloyd.
Thank you.
Wait, what do you mean?
So, like, Jay recruited you to Arizona initially.
Oh, the pitch.
Yeah,
Of what he told me. My bad. I was like, wait, pitching. I was like, what? My bad. That's all.
There's a mean BP.
My bad. The pitch was, what I like about Coach Johnson is, like, he tells you how he's going to help you, and he's had a great track record of left-handed hitters and hitters in general, and I really loved that he was the hands-on hitting coach as well as chief, but he kind of never really pitched the school when I was at U of A, to be honest. He just pitched how himself and also the coaching staff and how they develop players, and that's the biggest thing. I mean, I didn't come to college to come and party or whatever, like the school, no offense. I came for baseball, and so when Coach Johnson pitched baseball, that's when my eyes lit up. So then when he came to LSU and you just saw the fans and the culture, I was like, this is the place I want to be. Best coach, best spot, like.
Yeah, can't go.
No brainer.
Yeah, no doubt. Speaking of best place, best spot, best fans, you always kind of feel like as the season progresses, like there's always the walkout songs always have either they hit with the fans, they don't hit with the fans. Yours started hitting with the fans, and they had the lights and they had the whole deal. Yeah, that's got to be pretty cool moment. Obviously, you don't pick the walkout song for that. It's just sometimes it's just a byproduct of it. That's got to be a pretty cool thing.
Amazing. And it actually started at the Tennessee series too, which was pretty cool.
You go 4 for 4, things are gonna happen.
That happened, and I was super happy. And then I didn't notice it, to be honest. At the Tennessee series, I noticed it kind of the week after. But then as I saw it happen more, because it was in the student section at first, and then now when I kind of walk up to bat, like I'll kind of look around and I'm like, dang, this is like really cool. And it's surreal, and it kind of just puts me at peace. And I'm like, all right, I'm here for a reason. Let's go have fun.
Is that going to be your walkout song for the rest of your career? Or are you going to change it every year?
That's going to be the walkout song.
All right, there we go.
Up to the NCAA.
At this point, they already have the rhythm. Now you can go first game, and they're all going to be ready.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Jared, you got one?
No, I was literally what I was about to ask him, man. I was like, well, so are we changing that? Or are we keeping that? Like, what's the mindset? But you just said it. You can't trash that now at this point, right?
No way.
No, I mean you got it's got too much momentum.
Absolutely,
it's way too much momentum.
How'd you feel about the Stanfield announcement? How excited? Because I saw everybody get pretty juiced up about him coming back. Like, shocking to me, he didn't get drafted.
Yeah.
But obviously, as an LSU podcast, LSU fan, I don't mind saying it. That had to be a pretty electric moment for the team, because everybody has said since he came to the transferred in was like, dude, this guy kind of changes the energy a little bit.
Yeah, super happy to have Stan back. Me and Stan are like this. Since I got here, he was also a guy who obviously wasn't here last year, but he welcomed me with open arms and kind of taught me the ropes of the SEC. Obviously, he got to play 2 years at Auburn, a lot of experience. So just to be able to talk baseball with him and just talk life with him is the best. He's the coolest guy on the team. He's always relaxed and having a good time. So I felt him and I gelled pretty well in the outfield together. So to be able to have my guy back, I'm super happy.
Who's playing center?
That's private, but you guys will find out during season.
I was waiting for that.
I can't say anything.
I knew that was going. Yeah, you shouldn't say it. Yeah. Don't let him rope you into that. You shouldn't say it. But the fact that LSU historically has always been known to have really athletic outfield, right? When we were here, me and Jared were here, we had 3 center fielders playing in the outfield at the same time. All 3 guys ended up playing center field at the next level. And so it feels like y'all kind of have the same thing, right? Mm-hmm. You, Stanny, and Jake Brown, all 3 could be put in center field. I think all 3 would be really good center fielders. That's got to be a fun outfield to play against. I know for us it was. knowing that anything hitting the gaps or anything wherever it's going to be, it feels like you can get run down. But you have to have a lot of trust and chemistry with each other because everybody has that center field mentality and going after balls. How is that? Because everybody wants to talk about offense, but defense is a big part of the game, especially in the outfield. You don't get a ton of opportunities, but when you do, and you don't come up with them, it ends up being 2 or 3 bases.
Yeah.
You almost had the get coastal. You all this close.
What?
Almost what?
Robbing that homer.
Oh yeah, that was close.
Yeah.
That was close.
Yeah.
That was close.
How is the obviously the relationship between all the outfield guys and chemistry between y'all guys out there and do y'all do a lot of work together to kind of build that?
Yeah, like you said, 3 center fielders in the outfield is the best thing you can have. It's the best case scenario. So we knew that kind of going in, and obviously all of us growing up as center fielders, we all want the ball, but we made it clear that Stanfield, if he can catch it, we're going to let him get it. And that was completely fine with me playing my role in left field. I was going to get what I can get, and if we can both get it and Stanfield calls me off, it's his ball because that's just the unwritten baseball rule. The center fielder has priority. So I don't think any of us had an ego with that at all, and we were completely fine with that as long as the ball got caught. And I think a lot of balls got caught.
Balls got caught.
So it worked out perfectly, and no, we gelled perfectly. No egos, no nothing like that. Just winning baseball.
Being a sports guy, being a football guy, you got to come and experience LSU football for the first time last year, going to games, obviously being in Tiger Stadium. I don't know if you've ever experienced anything like that before in your life. How was that football experience for you as far as, seeing SEC football, seeing LSU football kind of close and personal, seeing the fan base?
Yeah.
Because that was your first real taste of like LSU fan base before the season, right? It was seeing how rowdy they got during football season. Some people are also like, damn, this is great. Some people really don't care about football. I was like, oh, it was okay.
Yeah.
How was your experience with that?
Yeah, to be honest, I think I might have only gone to like 3 or 4 games, maybe, or I don't even know, maybe 3 games.
Ole Miss?
I went to Ole Miss.
Yeah,
Ole Miss was cool.
Yeah.
Ole Miss was
Alabama.
Cool. Yeah, I was super locked in the fall, so I didn't really care much about it. But this year, obviously, Nussmeier, I'm rooting for him.
Be good.
I'm rooting for the boys, so I'll definitely be at all the home games this year. But last year,
Don't tell everybody that. Don't let them know where you're at, because then you're not gonna be able to get into the game.
No, but I'll be there. I'll be supporting.
Good. It's fun. I was from Louisiana, so like that was one of the things that
for sure.
It's different, obviously, when you grow up watching it. But, we enjoy. We also got yelled at a lot because the athletes get their own entrance.
Yeah, that's cool.
And so you cut all the people in the student section.
Of course.
Lloyd was motherfucking me the entire time while I was
I
walking
didn't go to
by
the
him.
student section. You know where I sat, brother.
Yeah, you sat in your family seat.
Yeah, right next to you.
Hey, that's
get
sick.
Yeah, that was the first time I met Lloyd. I was my buddy had his seats right behind him,
That's cool.
and
It was until it wasn't. Never meet
and
your
so
heroes.
he probably left 8 times to go to the bathroom.
I have
And
a
he would
ritual.
And he would sit in front of me, and he kept standing up. And for like the 7th time or 8th time, I said, "Hey, sit the fuck down. Stop fucking." I didn't even know who he was. I was like, "Stop moving." And he just okay. And he sat down. First time I didn't even know Lloyd. Then after that, we kind of figured it out. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, talk about figuring it out. Like when you have the team that y'all had, and I don't think it's easy the way that it was constructed, right? Like you talked about, you have 3 center fielders. You also had multiple people that could have played at any point in the game. Like, how did that come to fruition in terms of being able to get people to buy into their role a little bit?
Yeah, I think that all kind of fell into place naturally.
It's going to happen again.
Yeah, it is. I think guys on our team last year were pretty self-aware of where they stood on the team. Obviously, everyone wants to be the guy and wants to play, but I think we played so many games in the fall that we kind of knew where everyone stood. And I think everyone did a great job being mature about that and being selfless and putting the team first and all of that. So I don't think that was much of a problem, but I think everyone just knew their role and we owned it from day one, and I think that's why we had so much success.
Jared.
So Derek, you're in town for a couple more days. I'm gonna assume you're going back home for a little bit. What else is on the docket for you in terms of your little bit of an off season to get to chill a little bit before you come back for the fall? Like, what else you got going on?
Which is great, because it used to be, hey, you're going straight to summer ball after, no matter how good you are. That's a great thing for you. You get to really hit the gym.
Yeah. First thing on the docket is my goal is to come back weighing 190 pounds.
What are we at
much
right
you
now?
What do you got right now?
So I ended the season weighing 174. Right
hot
now,
out there.
I weigh 184.
There you
so
go.
I've gained 10 pounds
Yep.
since the season ended. And so I got 6 more pounds on my agenda for the next 4 weeks. which hopefully I can get it to like 192, 194.
Yeah.
But that's mainly it right now. Right now, I'm just focused on getting stronger, getting bigger, getting faster. So I'm going to go home, enjoy eating my mom's food, hanging out with my dogs, hanging out with my friends, and just having fun, staying focused, and just enjoying being home.
What's your favorite food that your mom cooked for you?
I mean, she makes literally anything.
So actually, the better question is, you were here for the whole year.
Yeah.
Finish the season. You go back home. First meal you had when you went back home.
She made me pancakes in the morning.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's a big
Pancake
internet-
guy.
I'm a
speaking
huge-
my language.
I'm a huge
breakfast guy.
pancake guy. My dad makes great French toast. My mom makes great pancakes.
Is it just pancakes, or you have like something in there?
No, just normal pancakes, and then my mom will make me like egg and bacon burrito all the time with
Wow.
spinach. So it's the
He's
best.
talking my language.
Yeah,
Right?
she's the
this
best.
man wants Brenner.
Yeah.
He's making
I'm
Brenner.
making breakfast for dinner tonight.
Oh, absolutely. We used to do that when I was young, by the way.
It's the best.
Yeah, my mom would make
It's
me
the
breakfast
best.
for dinner because
See,
I would ask her.
I'm a chocolate chip pancake guy.
Of course.
I'm
He's
Okay.
a child.
I'm a
he
child.
hasn't grown up at
I
all.
am. But
For
I'm
me,
a chocolate chip pancake.
I like the plain pancakes,
I don't know.
but
Them chocolate chip
I
pancakes be
dump the
smacking, boy.
smacking, don't they? Fire.
Smacking.
I can't eat as much as I did when I was younger though, because I don't. It doesn't fall off as easy as it used to.
Yeah, I just put a ton of syrup.
There you go.
That's the key.
Yeah, also
That's
child.
what I do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
but
Sugar.
it's acceptable. Sugar,
Yeah.
sugar. One of the main food groups.
Big In-N-Out guy?
Oh, absolutely. That was actually
I do love In-N-Out.
the first meal I had when I landed was In-N-Out, but then my mom's first meal she made me was pancakes the next day. But
She has like a
In-N-Out.
secret recipe for the pancakes.
No, I don't think so. She just
Okay.
makes it her way.
Just love with
Yeah,
love.
it with love.
That's it. That's it. When do y'all start back up?
To be honest, I don't know that yet. I don't know the exact date, but I know it's pretty early on, right when school starts.
Yeah, a lot of. I mean, you talk about not playing summer ball. Like it used to be, hey, you're gonna play, go to summer ball, and during the season you lose a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Because it's especially down here, it's hot. You're playing every day, and so it's really hard, especially young, to keep the weight on as much as you want. And so going to summer ball, you go back and you lose even more weight,
Yeah.
and you come back, and it's kind of an uphill battle. I kind of like that. Hey, you had a great year. You don't need it. You played a bunch of games. You don't have to go play summer ball. Let's go get yourself back right.
Yep.
And give you some time. That's kind of a new thing. I mean, it's a Jay thing probably, where he understands that, and it's not so much, hey, you got to go play and get more at bats. Do you like that? You like being able to say, okay, I can kind of take a step back and just kind of get my body back underneath me?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, obviously, it killed me not to go play this year for the USA team. That's something I really wanted to do, but we just made a business decision with Coach Johnson and my family that it was probably best for me not to go, just to make sure I can get my body in the right shape for next season and be bigger, better, and stronger. Because this year the max I weighed was like 179, and I ended the season at 174. So I mean, I only lost 5 pounds, but I want to make sure I'm like at the 195 range when
so you have
when
some
season
leeway.
starts.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it was a good decision, and I think Coach Johnson really thinks about everything pretty thoroughly. So
Where was Team USA supposed to go play? Because you got invited to go to be on the team, right?
I did. They went to Tokyo, Japan, which is cool.
That's where we went.
Yeah,
That's where we went.
my 18U year, my senior year, I was on the team. We went to Taiwan. It was a super cool experience, and I really wanted to do it again,
Yeah.
but it obviously just didn't line up, and it's all right.
So it was like the college baseball, it was like the national champion or the world championships or
Yeah.
something, I guess, in Tokyo.
Yeah,
That's where it was when we did it. We went to Taipei City, Taiwan.
That's cool.
For like a week, and
Yeah.
then we went to Japan for 2 weeks.
that's sick.
And we got walked off by Jose Abreu.
Oh, that's
by
not sick.
Cuba. That's not sick.
That's not sick.
35 years
Bottom
old
of the
in
10th
college.
inning, he hit three-run homer off of Nick Ramirez.
Ooh,
Nick Ramirez, that's a California guy.
Yeah.
Went to Cal State Fullerton, hung a changeup, and hit it into the bleachers, and they beat us 4-3.
I live 20 minutes from Cal State Fullerton.
Do you?
Yeah, so I knew they were in their heyday, the best program out there.
Yeah, so we had two. We had Nick Ramirez and Noe Ramirez, both on that same team, both from Cal State Fullerton. And the Fullerton coach was our pitching coach, Serrano. Dave Serrano, who ended up being coaching at Tennessee and then didn't make it. But
Good coach.
no, he was.
Yeah, that's
No, he was
yeah.
a good coach. He just, Tennessee was at the time was not
Yeah.
what they are now. They've kind of figured it out. But yeah, it's a cool experience. But
Yeah.
you know what's a cooler experience? Win the
National
national championship
championship.
and just
Absolutely.
being able to chill.
Yes, sir.
Well, you get a lot of, from what we've heard, and you correct me if I'm wrong, you get a lot of credit for the William Schmidt recruitment, as y'all were roommates before. Obviously, you were like, I'm taking my name off the draft,
Yeah.
and then Jay Johnson was very much adamant about, what's he doing? Where is he? And it was like, dude, he's still asleep.
Yeah.
So kind of give me your perspective of that story.
Yeah, Schmitty and I played, I think, the last 2 summers together, like at the USA and at the Perfect Game and all that stuff. So me and him got to get to know each other pretty good. Played ping pong against each other, have fun, and then so when he came here in the summer, me and him were assigned to be roommates, and we hit it off like best friends. And I just told him, I was like, every day, I was like, bro, like, like we can do this every day. We could win national championships together. Like, why wouldn't you want to do this? And I was like that probably for like a week or two, but then I kind of pulled back because everyone and their mother was asking Schmidt what he's going to do.
Right.
So I just kind of tried to,
feel.
I just kind of try to be there as a friend for him, not harassing him and asking him a bunch of stuff. So I felt like when we would hang out, he kind of had a little bit more peace about stuff because he didn't have to worry about answering to me because I wasn't really asking him a bunch of questions. So I just took the friend way and ended up working out, and now we're teammates and we're roommates again. So
love that.
It's great.
It's NCAA 26. It's the hard sell and the soft sell and the sway.
Yeah.
It feels like you were kind of the chain reaction in that though. Like you pulled your name out of the draft. Aaron Beatty pulled his name out of the draft. Schmidt pulled his name out. Like that's kind of a rare thing, especially 3 guys that are going to be very highly drafted and kind of very highly sought after.
Yeah.
You know, I know there wasn't. I don't know if there was a conversation that happened between all of y'all beforehand, like, hey, I'm gonna do this, like we should all do this, or just kind of, hey, I'm gonna do this. I think this might. Is there a specific reason why you decided to take your name out of the draft? Did you feel like this was your best bet to develop to get to the next level quicker, or was it, and mentally you just felt like I wasn't quite ready to go?
Yeah. Mainly wasn't ready to go, and I wasn't going to go where I wanted to go. So I was like, you know what? For me, I looked up to Dylan Cruz, obviously, when he was here. I was like, I'm going to do what Dylan Cruz did. He's going to pull his name, go out, prove why he should be a top 10 pick, and do that. So that's kind of why I chose to come here. And obviously, William Schmidt, Kate Aaron Beatty, Braswell, like you saw that whole Twitter thing where they all decided to stay too, which was great. And now I think you see that in this year as well. Like we had a bunch of highly touted high school recruits take their name out of the draft and they're staying. Zach Cowan. So I think just people want to be here.
Yeah.
And I think it's great. And I think that how I made my decision when I saw Dylan Cruz did that and he had success, I think now when guys see Kate Aaron Beatty, William Schmidt, and myself take our names out of the draft and have success, they're like, okay, it's more comfortable to do this now. So I think it's easier.
The talent right now in the SEC is so good that like it's equivalent to AA talent, I would think, right? So you go and you play well and you do what you need to do, you get drafted, and Major League Baseball has shown that they'll cruise you through the minor leagues if they feel like you're ready. And it wasn't always that way. It used to be play at a level, get up, play at a level, get up, play at a level, get up.
6 years later.
Yeah, 3, 4, 5 years later, whatever it may be, however long it takes. But like it used to be, have to play at a level for a while to get moved up. Very rarely, there were some guys that would jump up. It's not that way anymore, which I think is a good thing for y'all, and it's a good thing for college baseball because it allows y'all to come here, play this high level competition, play really well, and now you get drafted and you're already on the fast track to go. So by the time you get drafted, which you're a draft eligible sophomore, you're going to be at a higher level than you would have been had you gone out of high school.
Yeah.
And, you don't have to go to rookie ball and, all that kind of stuff.
And
so
that was kind of Coach Johnson's pitch when he was
I could do his job.
when he was recruiting us, just telling us like, hey, Doug, you don't think of it as 24 months here at LSU at college. Like this is 24 months of you developing like you would at rookie ball, low A, high A, and then hopefully after you're a first rounder and you get to go to double A or high A right after.
Yeah.
So he just looked at it as he basically just told us like, look at it as you're developing here and not there, and you're going to be at the same spot in 2 years anyway.
And it's better facilities. You get to fly private.
Yeah.
It's you get to have more fun.
The structure.
Yeah, it's a lot better. And you get to grow as a man.
Yeah.
Right? You get to figure out yourself. You're away from home. You get to have to figure out how to live on your own. Like all that stuff's important, especially when you go, because it's minor league ball can get lonely.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially when you're young.
I've heard.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I have buddies there right now that they're like, dang, I wish I would have came to college,
Yeah.
They're in low A struggling, or they're still in rookie ball struggling, and it's tough because you're the only one who can pull yourself out of that hole. They have a million other guys that can do your job, and just lonely. But I try to encourage them the best I can.
Yeah, no, look, we're happy that you're here. I know all the fans are happy that you're here. Can't wait to see what's happening next year. We appreciate you coming in here and taking some time. Love to have you on again, as obviously next year as it goes on. I'll get you before the season starts, before you get super locked in.
All right, let's do it.
Right?
Yeah,
and then you go win again. We'll have you on before you get drafted.
Perfect. That
Yeah,
sounds
before
good.
we'll have you on
And
before
then
you get
turn
drafted.
down the draft, come back. We're number 8.
Easy. What? Well, that's what Cade Anderson.
Yeah.
He came on. We're talking. He's like, "Yeah, I want to come back." I was like,
Buddy.
I said, "Brother, you ain't coming back." He goes, "I want to come back." I was like, "I'm not gonna let you come. You can't come back.
Yeah.
Like
I-
you're gonna get drafted too high, and then obviously 3 overall."
Yeah, I think all of us would love to stay here for 4 years. I mean, it's a dream to play for LSU, and they treat us like kings here, and it's great to be able to play here. So
Yeah.
we all want to stay here as long as we can, and whenever it's time for us to go, it's time for us to go. But,
Great answer.
Whether it's 2, 3, 4 years,
Yeah.
I want to be a Tiger. So
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. Well, dude, we appreciate you.
yeah,
One question from
that's
the
what-
chat.
Okay. Oh God.
No, this is a good one.
no, you're good.
He said from the chat. I just
I
don't
know,
what
it
the
does
chat,
make me nervous.
People watching us are asking
So this is
questions.
not
to
me
get
asking.
you're good, you're
This
good.
is not me asking.
Uh huh.
Jason Gilliott. What does he say to himself?
Oh, he called his name out. You just
Oh,
give
yeah,
it.
yeah. What does DC say to himself between pitches? That what we know he's not crazy and just talking to himself. I figured you like that. Yeah.
People ask me that all the time. So that's a great question, Shane. So in high school, I mean, we didn't really have like the hit tracks and like everything that the college guys have. Like we can't see where the pitch is or what pitch it is from the dugout.
Right.
So me as a hitter, like I would just take, and in high school I would just be like, okay, it was a curveball, change up, fastball. But then obviously now we have everything. So my dugout doesn't need me to tell them that. But
Oh,
for
that's
me,
okay. That's what I was gonna ask. That's why it's just a habit.
it's a habit, and it's also now for me, I look at it as like it's like my mental cue. Like I'm like, okay, he just threw a curveball in the dirt, so I signal curveball, and then in my head I'm like, the pitch I just saw, that shape I just saw out of his hand, that's a curveball.
Okay.
So if it's coming out of there again, I'm not swinging. If it's a little bit more up, I'm swinging. So like for me, it's just like, all right, that was a changeup. Like if it's right there again, I'm not swinging. If that was a ball,
So it's for you, not the dugout.
it's for me not the dugout
Yeah.
anymore, because now everyone can see what pitch it is. But for me, it's just like a mental cue, and it keeps me locked into that bat.
Let me ask you this: has an umpire ever said stop doing that?
No, the umpires do get a little bit upset because sometimes
That's
like
how-
I'll be like, I'll literally say that's up
That's what I
like
do.
mid
That's what I
pitch,
used to do.
or I'll say like no, that's down, like before the ball, like before the catcher catches it, and sometimes they'll be like, hey, don't say that. But I'm
can't
like,
help it.
I'm like, I'm
It's-
sorry,
but
it's a
I'm right.
I'm trying
reaction.
to show
I'm
him
right.
up.
I'm not.
I did the same thing. So it wasn't. I didn't. But I would always say like same thing. Try to keep myself locked in. So I would like, oh, out, in. Oh.
Yeah.
And the umpire goes, Mikey, I know the fucking strike zone. Stop telling him. I was like, dude, I'm not doing. It's for me. It's not for you.
Yeah.
He's like, stop fucking saying that.
What did
I'm
he
like,
say to you? What are you betting?
No, that was the big leagues. That was the big leagues. Bad call. He said, he goes, I said, that's not a fucking strike. He said, you're hitting 165. You can't tell me what's a strike. I was like,
Oh, no
I
way.
said, whoa. And then I struck out anyway, and I came back, and Longoria was like, what did he tell you? And I told him, he goes, and you're still in the game? You didn't get tossed? I'm like, I'm a rookie, dude. Like, and so I get back up. The umpire tried to apologize to me. I was like, no,
It's over with me.
it's too late. You struck me out. I should have walked.
Yeah.
I'm struggling. I wanted to walk, and you fucking struck me out. Hey, don't give me that.
Betting
Too late.
165, cuz.
Yeah, but let Shane know I'm not crazy. It's just to make sure I don't swing at balls and I'm swinging at strikes, you know?
That's it. I like that. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a good question because we talked about it during the year. I was like,
Because you could see it.
yeah, you saw it, and I was like, I know he's not. They can see it, so I know he's not giving it to the dugout. It's got to be a personal thing.
It's a
for you.
personal thing now, yeah.
Okay, I respect that.
And then you also have the Jay came on and talked about how much whenever you were quote unquote struggling, like you would text him at like 2:15 in the morning, 1:15 in the morning, being
Yeah.
like, "This is what I saw. This is what I want to work on." And he was like, "This is a guy that makes LSU."
Yeah, I mean, I text him at 1 a.m. like no matter the
awake.
circumstances. To be
Yeah.
honest,
He's awake.
I've been texting him since 1 a.m. since like the day I got
Good
here,
orange juice
and
at 1 a.m.
I literally
Yeah.
texted him yesterday. Yeah, no matter if I'm going good or going bad, I'll text Coach Johnson whenever I feel like I need to, just because we have a good relationship.
Yeah.
But we talk all the time.
Are you a video guy?
Like video
what-
games?
Like no, like swing, like your swing, like
Oh,
studying your swing.
absolutely.
on video?
Yeah, I like to watch my swing a lot on video, but
Don't blame me.
when I'm going good, I don't even look at it.
No.
But when you're struggling, you have to see what's different, and you'll usually substantially see like, oh dang, this is really off. Like
Yeah.
for me, my hands were kind of leaking forward more and more in the year. That's partially because my shoulder was hurt a little bit,
Yeah.
so I just like was getting comfortable here instead of being like right here.
Yeah.
But that's something I didn't feel. I had to see that on video. And then I kind of had to make an adjustment from there. But for sure, huge video and metrics and stuff
So,
like that.
Let me ask you this: when you're struggling, I was gonna let you go, but now we're back in the middle of the
No,
conversation.
Yeah.
You're good. Don't worry about it.
So when you I say struggling, when you're going through a time where you're not feeling great and you're looking at video, is it let me look at the bad video, or I'm like, hey, what am I doing wrong, or let me go back and study what I was doing right and kind of get back to. I guess you got to do both to kind of see what's different.
Mikey's a big highlight guy.
For me, seriously, for me, it was like I wanted to watch
homers.
I just just my good swings.
Yeah.
Like I made our video guy in Detroit make a whole like 2-minute video clip of like all my good swings, and I would watch that before every game because I wanted to have that muscle memory. I would look at bad swings too, but the more I would look at bad swings, the more I would try to go in the cage and kind of work on it, and almost work myself into a more of a slump. How do you kind of approach that?
Yeah, for me, I definitely like to look at the good video first to be like, okay, this is what to do. And then I'll look at the bad video and I'll be like, all right, what's different? And usually you can see it. You're like, all right, my leg isn't down on time or my hands or whatever. So for me, it's look at the good video, look at the bad video, and then just try to see what is different. But then also sometimes you can get caught in the loophole of like overanalyzing yourself. So for me, I felt like I've found a good balance to where I went through that 2-week struggle. Like, who cares about the video? Like, it's me versus the pitcher.
Being an athlete,
you got to get me out, and no matter if I'm rolling hot or I'm cold, like I'm still better than you, and I'm gonna go out there and have fun.
He says that all the time.
So I
tell you that at some point, I'm better than you, and it's just that's how you got to feel.
Yeah, and you have to have that confidence. It's not cockiness. You just have to be confident that you're the best guy on the field, and you don't have to tell other people that, but you just have to tell yourself that. And no matter if you're doing the worst or the best, like just go out there and compete.
I'm here for a reason.
I love that.
Yeah.
Are you big in watching film on other pitchers, like opposing pitchers? Like guys that are like, whether they're throwing well or whether they're not, doesn't really matter. Are you big on watching what they do and how they do what they do to kind of give yourself, I guess, a little bit of an edge in terms of preparing for them?
Before the game, we analyze every pitcher in the hitting room. So we don't do that on our own, but Coach Johnson, Jamie Tutko will like break down film, and they'll be like, all right, this is the guy's outlier pitch. Take that away from him. And now he just has a fastball and changeup. So they kind of do that for us. We don't have to really worry about the pitcher because I think everyone on our team, we're talented enough that no matter who's on the mound, if we do what we need to do, we're going to beat them. Just making sure that we don't hit their outlier pitch, we'll be good.
Yeah.
Because it's really hard to find a guy who can throw 3 pitches that are like off the charts.
Right.
Obviously, as you move up in the pro level, like you will, but in college, if you take away that one pitch and you're just getting the other 2 pitches that he doesn't throw as well, it'll make it a lot easier.
And the few guys that you do are like Kay Anderson and those guys, and like you're not really supposed to have a ton of success. You just have to grind out at bats.
Grind at bats, yeah. And then we're facing Liam Doyle or Marcus Phillips. Like, all right, like let's go. Mano y mano.
Yeah, 8 pitch at bat walk is a great. Like 8 pitch at bat rollover. That's a good at bat. Honestly, like it's just
especially
you keep doing
leadoff.
Yeah, you just keep doing it until you get to the point.
We went to Texas. I brought up that series. Like Jared Spencer, he was rolling hot before he got hurt, and like the plan was like, this guy's a good pitcher. Like we know that he's a good pitcher. Grind at bats. That's literally what Coach Johnson told us. Just don't swing at balls and swing at strikes. And if you swing and miss, you swing and miss. But I think that's how you have to approach those guys
100%.
that are dudes. You know, just compete.
Yeah. Yep, 100%.
Another one from the chat.
Okay,
let's hear it.
Toughest pitcher you faced this year?
Ooh. I would say the toughest right-handed pitcher I faced this year is Kyson Witherspoon from Oklahoma. He's disgusting. He's a guy who has 3 outlier pitches. That slider or curveball, that fastball has some serious run to it, and then that changeup's a really good pitch. Lefty, I would say Root. Root, the first time around, he had us. Just with that curveball, that fastball, he was dotting everything, but then when we faced him in Omaha,
I didn't chase the breaking ball.
Exactly. So his outlier pitch is that curveball. And I worked 2 walks against him because I was like, if I see any pop, I'm not swinging. Like he has to throw me a strike, and he really didn't throw a lot of get me in strikes. Because the time before I chased the curveballs, so why would he throw me a strike? He's gonna throw me the curveball in the dirt. So we took that away. But the first time we faced him, he was lights out, and he's probably the best left-handed pitcher we faced this year. And then Kyson Witherspoon. Over Doyle. I don't think Doyle had his best stuff against us. I don't know how many innings he went. I mean, he was still electric. He's really good. But I just think Root was tougher. Just because Doyle has that freaking heater, but Root kind of had this, and that. And Root's changeup's really good. I think he doesn't get enough credit for that.
But he doesn't throw a bunch of lefty changeups.
He threw a couple. More get me in strikes, but to the righties, I can see it was pretty devastating.
Do you? I guess it's more of a righty thing. But like for me, I thought the hardest pitch ever to hit in baseball is a good changeup.
Okay.
Especially same side changeup. You don't get that a ton.
Yeah, lefty. They don't throw a bunch of changeup, and I think if they did, I think it might help a little bit. I don't know.
But down and in.
Yeah, down and in, because just for lefties, we kind of just drop the barrel. So I don't think they throw very many changeups.
Right. Well, I mean, that's y'all's sweet spot.
But that's probably the reason why they don't throw many of them, though, because like you said, like it's hard to find a lot of lefties that are able to continuously miss like down and in without either hitting you and or hanging it right over the middle of the plate. They don't want to do it, so they don't throw it because there's not much room for margin. But if you're good at it, it's a great pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you just don't even think. You kind of just drop the barrel there, and it does its own thing.
Yeah. Any more questions in the chat?
Oh, DJ Trauma.
Let's hear it.
Being someone not as intense emotional, what did you feel on the game tying single versus U10? Obviously Tennessee. Whole crowd just screaming and pointing at you. Obviously the first time you showed emotion, but I'm gonna ask because the chat's been on fire. So I wanted to give him. He super chatted $5. If it's a super chat, we asked.
Yeah. Wait, can you ask the question again? I'm so sorry.
Emotionally, how did you feel against Tennessee? Because you hadn't shown that, so it felt like a little bit of a moment for you where you kind of showed a little bit more of who you are.
Yeah.
I think.
I've just black out. It was like an electric moment. I mean, getting to play against Tennessee at home Friday night at the box is kind of the best thing you could do. 1 a.m.
Is that the hardest hit ball you've ever seen hit by Bear Jones?
Yes. Well, actually, I was stealing, and I looked in, and my head just went like this because of how hard he hit it, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's gone!" And then it went over the batter's eye.
Lloyd and I were at the game, and
he tried to leave.
The crowd, stop saying that. I'm not trying to leave.
Right, you can't count us out, bro.
I know.
Come on.
And look, I didn't. I was just, I was tired,
Yeah.
But the crowd was loud, and I was telling people like they asked me, I was like, I'm telling you, the crowd was electric and they're extreme loud, and you still heard the ball come off the bat.
Yeah.
Like, it was loud.
Yeah. He got every stitch of that ball. I think he hit it like 118 or something like that.
Yeah, and they said it was 450 something. That's I think it was 500.
Well, dude, it was a bomb.
Yeah.
And Mikey says this all the time because he knows, and Jay Mitch knows, like, this is how it happens. Like, how that inning started, where it's...
The error. I was like, after the error, I said they're going to win.
2 errors.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But after the first one, I was like,
they're going to win. This is what the box does.
They're going to win. There's a magic in Alex box, and you got to experience it.
It was great. I think we had a ton of come from behind wins, but that one was like up there for sure.
And at some point, that's who y'all are. Like, that's what I was saying all year. Whenever it came down to, oh gosh, was it Arkansas Little Rock? Like when it came 1-1, I was like, this isn't how it should end.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
we were down 5-1.
Yeah, and then it was a calamity. Like, you had Daniel Dickinson running into Stanfield, and it was like, this isn't how this team plays, and this isn't how it should end.
Yeah.
And it felt like that the entire year.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just know that. Oh yeah, I'm glad you said it. Let's get into that game because that game was kind of wild.
Little Rock game.
The Omaha, the Arkansas game.
Oh, okay. The first one?
When the shortstop didn't turn a double play and the left fielder got
the second game.
hit in the collarbone, which obviously as a left fielder, a lot of people say, "Oh, this guy, that's a hard play,
tough play,
top spin liner right at you. That's a very hard.
That's the hardest play in left field that you can
especially with a righty when it's kind of top spin.
Especially Luis, he smoked that ball too.
Yeah,
Pool sticks it.
Yeah.
After
that's tough.
Obviously y'all are never out of it, right? Y'all have proven that all year. But whenever a situation like that happens and like y'all are down, and then they have a double play that probably should end the game, and he I guess had a brain fart and goes to third base, gets the lead out. At what point did you like, all right, like we're gonna win this?
I think after I got on when I hit that infield single.
Are you giving yourself a single?
Oh, they gave me a single.
Yeah, it was a single.
Yeah, they gave me a single with the throw in air to second. But then when I was at second and I saw Ethan Fry hold back on the check swing, I was like, we're going to win.
Yeah.
Literally that moment. Like I saw him like hold it, and I was like, all right, we're going to win. And then Steven hit it to short, and then their shortstop didn't turn to double play, threw it to third. And I was like we got to win. But the exact moment was when Ethan Fry held back and worked a great walk.
Yeah, and you could feel like the crowd level kind of raising, and you're like, oh, we're gonna just someone just put a barrel on it, and we're gonna win.
And I seriously thought Steven was gonna hit a double.
I did too.
Like I literally was like, this is like storybook. Like this is what Steven does. Like he comes through when it matters. And it didn't happen. But then obviously Luis came up clutch, and then Bear.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely thought we were gonna win that game. But it was devastating when they. I think it was their center fielder. He got that 2 RBI single. I was like,
oh yeah.
He just ambushed, literally ambushed a fastball, and the slider just ran to the barrel. Everybody's like, "Oh, he's sitting on the slider." I was like, "No, he's
How?
not.
No, he's
in
not.
what
He's
world?
ambushing the 100-mile-an-hour fastball, and the slider just hit the barrel."
And the slider was 91.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
like, it's not much of a difference. He was just sitting hard, and
Yeah.
he got it.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. You got to him. Jared,
How
you're gonna say
surprised
something?
were you when Eloy didn't try to turn a double play right there? Like when that happened, you were like, what was your mindset?
I was super surprised. I actually got this cut on my leg right here. I got because I did not anticipate sliding into third because,
Oh.
like, I thought he was just going to turn two, and I'm just standing at third. But, like, I looked back, and I saw him throwing it to third. So then I kind of just, like, fell down. Like, it was kind of an awkward slide. So that's how I ended up cutting my leg. But, like, I did not think he was going to throw it. to
I
third.
mean, he did it. I'm
But you
like,
pleaded yourself trying to slide because you weren't expecting to slide.
Yes, I literally, like, fell down awkwardly. I wouldn't even call it a slide. It was just, like, weird.
yeah.
But that's how surprised I was.
I mean, we were all shocked. Like, oh my god, he didn't turn two because it wasn't like he had to go right. He just literally
It took him
step
a little right.
No, it was
but he
like
could have
it
turned
was like a textbook double play, like
Exactly.
back foot, you throw it to
Easy.
second. Yeah,
You do that. That's when you're shortstop turn two. That's literally the first play you do, like to turn two.
yeah. But I mean,
Happens.
yeah, it worked out for our benefit.
At
So.
least Josh Jordan had to tell you to fucking slide.
Oh yeah. no, that was Coach Johnson.
Yeah.
That was Coach Johnson.
Yeah, then the dugout. He's like,
Yeah.
"What do you?" That was you, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
That was a fun
for
trip to
yeah.
the dugout.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's never fun when you know, like, damn, I just.
I was like, I'm sorry, Coach.
Whatever. Literally, you say, my bad.
I literally said my bad. I was
Yeah.
like, my bad, Coach.
Hand up, my
Yeah.
fault.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, dude, it was a fun ride. You obviously y'all gave us a lot of obviously content to talk about.
Yeah.
Thank you.
As a show, but also as fans, we appreciate that. And like I said, man, we're looking forward to seeing what next year holds for you, and kind of continue to see the development, and looking forward to growing our relationship within this and
For sure.
on the show.
Yeah. Thank
Appreciate
you guys.
dude.
I appreciate it.
Yep, appreciate
Yeah,
you, man.
nice being on. Thank
Thanks
you.
for coaching Mikey through this interview.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thank you.
You're good.
Look, you got me a little rattled early on. I'm glad. I recovered though. You know,
You're good.
You go for 3. All that matters is the last half of the game.
Yeah.
That's
True.
it.
Just watch
That's
him,
it.
watch him in the national championship.
That's it. Yeah. Appreciate you, dude. Have a safe trip back to California.
Thank you.
Have a In-N-Out burger for us.
Absolutely.
And then, we'll see you in the fall.
Animal style.
No, absolutely
Nice.
not. I'm not a sauce guy, so I like everything pretty plain. So I just
Okay.
have to eat more
There
just
you
because
go.
I don't like all
All
the
right.
extra
That's
stuff.
healthier.
Yeah.
That's a healthier way to do it.
Yeah.
All
you,
right.
guys.
Yeah, no problem. You can just free
Extra
reign. You
stage
can go,
left.
Get up, stage left
All right.
if you want, whenever you want to go.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, appreciate you, dude. Safe travel.
Don't forget your
Yeah.
wallet and phone. That happens a lot.
Yeah, right here.
See?
There you go.
I like these headphones.
Yeah. See, I switched them out.
See, I got brand new ones.
These
And
are
Lloyd
good.
tried to give the old shitty ones, and I was like,
no,
get the new
I did
ones.
it myself. As
Oh.
a producer
good.
produced this.
Oh, thanks.
I saw the ones Jake had on, right? Those are the ones he had on?
Yeah, those shitty
The
ones.
big ones?
They're right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
The big cans.
No, these are comfortable. These are
Yeah,
good.
those
are
are the
great.
ones I got for that chair, but for some reason they just
I
disappeared.
forgot
that
how
one.
it worked. A long time in Omaha, dude. We went to
you're right.
Omaha Community College, and it was 115 degrees on the turf. I was like, I had to go get water in the dugout. I was like, can I get water here? I was dying.
Yeah, Omaha gets hot. I didn't think
Yeah,
it
it's
was
hot. It
Well,
gets
just
hot.
on that turf, y'all got nothing done that day, but
Yeah.
except in the cage.
Yeah. A
'Cause
lot
they
of
were
kids
hitting,
work.
It's
they
all
were
right.
hitting ground balls to the outfield. They were helping over the wall. Like,
Yeah, I mean it's fine.
bouncing off a
At that
turf.
point, you just need to stay sharp.
Yeah.
That's it.
Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you, dude.
Thank you guys.
You're the man, dude.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Let's see. You guys got to smoke some of those.
Yeah, well, I'm bringing them. I'm going on a trip this week in Arkansas. I'm bringing
Yeah?
them to Arkansas. Yeah,
Do
yeah.
it.
Yep.
Appreciate y'all.
Yep. You too, brother.
Shout out Bocock Brothers.
Shout out Bocock Brothers.
Later.
Later.
Later.